Reverend to be Maureen.
Thank you very much, Reverend Kathy. And thank you, CSL Peninsula, for having me. Thank you, Reverend Allen and Reverend Linda. This week's theme is the world as pure imagination. And what better way to begin than with Willy Wonka's wise words from a song called Pure Imagination. Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Take a look, and you'll see into your imagination. If you want to view paradise, simply look around and view it. Anything you want to, do it. Want to change the world? There's nothing to it. Living there, you'll be free if you truly wish to be. Who knew Willy Wonka would sound like New Thought? Want to change the world? There is nothing to it. If you want to view paradise, simply look around and view it. The creative mind is ours to use in any way we choose. Imagination is our superpower. Our vision in Centers for Spiritual Living is a world that works for everyone. And yet, if we look honestly at the world right now, it can feel like a world that works for a select few. We see concentrated wealth, concentrated influence and privilege, concentrated power. And through the lens of our teaching, I believe we are standing at a precipice, a reckoning, a tipping point, a moment where something old is dissolving and something new is pressing to be reborn. We see it in the headlines, but more than that, we feel it. We feel it in our conversations, in the fatigue some carry in their bodies, in the sense that something long hidden is being revealed. Structures are being questioned, systems examined, narratives reevaluated. And clarity, it can be uncomfortable, but consciousness cannot transform what it refuses to see. And yes, we are individual expressions of the divine. Personal healing matters. Undoing conditioning matters. But this moment is asking for more than private evolution. It is asking for collective maturity. It is asking us to participate in birthing a world that works for everyone. Not through outrage alone, but through awakened responsibility and collective imagination. Courage without hatred, discernment without dehumanization, accountability without vengeance. Because imagination is not neutral in its outcome. It becomes what consciousness directs it to become. Not only in rooms like this one, but across conversations, communities, and quiet acts of courage. A sacred presence is emerging in relationships that choose to work together for something larger than themselves. This is not accidental. When hearts align around goodness, spirit is amplified. Not because spirit was absent, but because connection makes it visible. There is a field created when we gather with shared intention, a field of coherence, a field of possibility. And in that field, consciousness expands, not through force, not through domination, but through imagination. To imagine our collective capacity to envision what does not yet exist and call it forward. This is why community matters. Coming together is not social preference, it is spiritual technology. It is a vessel for the divine. When we gather in sincerity, we become more than individuals in proximity. We become a living expression of love organizing itself. The old paradigm of domination is trembling. The new paradigm of shared dignity is not yet fully formed. And we are the bridge. Look at what is happening symbolically right now. We just had Mardi Gras, colorful celebration of the fullness of life. Ash Wednesday, reminding us that we come from dust and will return to dust. Lent, looking to humility and refinement. Ramadan, fasting and devotion. The Lunar New Year, sweeping out the old. They're all different traditions, but they all have one rhythm. Celebration, release, renewal. It is as if humanity is inhaling and exhaling together, releasing excess and returning to essence. Another symbol we are seeing now is in the Chinese zodiac. It is the year of the fire horse, a symbol of bold movement, intensity, and catalytic change. Fire illuminates. Fire refines. Fire burns away what no longer serves. And the horse refuses stagnation. It moves. It carries energy forward. And this convergence feels like an invitation to lean in. What if paradise is not somewhere else, but something we participate in? So instead of talking about imagination, let us experience it. If you feel comfortable, go ahead and gently close your eyes. Taking a slow, Intentional breath. And imagine you are standing at the edge of a quiet shoreline at sunrise. You can hear the distant call of seagulls, the soft rhythm of water meeting sand. You smell the salt in the air. You see the sky painted in soft pink and gold. The air is cool against your skin. In your hand is a small stone. This stone carries something you are ready to release. A fear, a doubt, a story that no longer fits. Feel its weight. And gently toss that stone into the water. You expect it to sink, but it does not. As you lean in, you see something extraordinary. The stone begins to glow. It grows lighter, transforming into a small lantern of light, floating on the surface of the water. What you released did not disappear. Its energy shifted. It changed form. It became light. If what weighted you can transform into light, what else can be possible? If fear can become illumination, what could imagination create? Now, breathe in knowing that the same creative power that transformed the stone lives within you. And you can make your way back to the room. The last fire horse year was 1966, a year of cultural reckoning, which some may know as the Civil Rights Movement. It was not a quiet year. It was a year of movement. And now, 60 years later, we stand again in a fire horse moment. I am not saying history repeats identically, but patterns do echo. The intensity is present again. The question is not whether there is fire. The question is, what will we do with it? Fire can inflame division, or fire can illuminate the truth. Imagination fueled protest and revolution then. What if pure imagination fuels healing now. Intensity is neutral. Power is neutral. Imagination is neutral. It becomes what consciousness directs it to become. What is happening in our world right now unequivocally shows us that we cannot talk about imagination without acknowledging the shadow. We see greed, violence, power over, dehumanization. We feel it. This is a reckoning moment. Ernest Holmes taught us to turn away from conditions, not to deny them, but to refuse to let them define ultimate truth. The current reality was imagined into being, which means it can be reimagined. Science speaks of epigenetics, how trauma patterns pass through generations. Spiritually, we understand this. We inherit resilience, and sometimes we inherit fear. History repeats when consciousness remains unexamined. So instead of repeating cycles of oppression, greed, and control, we collectively deconstruct the belief systems beneath the behaviors. This is collective healing. This is clearing ancestral baggage. We believe there is one mind. If that is true, then the collective field shifts when we shift. Water carves out mountains, not violently, but persistently. We are the water, and imagination is the current. Return one more time to the shoreline in your mind's eye. See the lantern floating. That lantern is proof. What felt heavy became light. That lantern is you. You are the evidence that consciousness evolves. We keep waiting for someone more powerful to fix this moment. But our philosophy teaches that power has always been distributed. What if the tipping point is not an event, but a threshold of consciousness? And what if we are standing at that threshold right now? The collective consciousness is not out there. It is here. It is you. It is me. It is the field created when we gather with shared intention and our awareness converges. Community is not social preference. It is spiritual technology. The world we see was imagined. So we must imagine persistently with the devotion of fasting hearts, with the humility of ashes, with the boldness of fire. We were born into this time, which means we are built for this time. If what weighs on us can become light, imagine what our world can become when enough of us decide to live as though love is the most practical force in the universe. Beloveds, each of us is powerful. We are the tipping point. We are the lantern on the water. Let us imagine, and then let us live in paradise. Living there, you'll be free if we truly wish it to be. Blessed be.
Thank you very much. Wonderful, wonderful. Very informational, very educational.
Thank you, Reverend Allen.